yelling isn't really necessary. I can look at a child and they're going to know exactly what I'm thinking.
Well, welcome, Gloria. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Of
excited to be here.
course. Well, I'm super excited for Dance Moms, A New Era. How are you feeling leading up to the premiere?
I'm excited. It kind of all of a sudden happened really fast. So it's here. And so we're just ready. We're ready for the world to see all of our hard work.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see the world of dance today. I was a fan of the original Dance Moms. Tell me a little bit about how the world of dance has changed in those years.
Oh my gosh, I think dancers just get better and better, right? The things that I see these kids doing, even compared to when I was a child dancing, right? It's like, wow, it's magnificent. I think you're going to see a lot of really great dancing, and I think the difference too is my students seem to, they have opinions. And they want to speak their mind and they tell me how they feel, and they're very open. So I think that has changed a bit. They're not quiet, they're not timid. So, that's kind of fun. It's fun to see
Yeah.
their personalities and them speak up for themselves.
Yeah, that's great to see. And I'm excited to see a little bit more about their personalities, their mom's personalities. But first, I want to hear how you came to be the leader of this new era. I know you were in a couple of the episodes of the old Dance Moms. Did that play into how this all came together at all, or?
I think so. We actually, our studio had competed. Well, I went on with my daughter for a couple of episodes, and then there were multiple episodes where we were competing against the ALDC, where we won.
Yeah.
And so I think, we're one of the largest studios in the country. So they reached out to us about applying. So it was kind of a given that I would be the coach if we did this as a studio. And we applied, we went through the process, and here we are.
Here you are. I'm
we
excited
are.
to get to see you more as a coach, like really get to dive into your coaching style in your studio. How would you describe the way that you coach?
I'm tough. I expect a lot of my students, and but I show them respect so that I get respect from them in return. I feel like my students just really want to please me. That's important to them. The worst thing that they can do is disappoint me, because I definitely teach with love, and because I love what I do, and I love seeing kids achieve, whether it's a small goal or, getting a Broadway show, whatever it is, all of that is important. Everybody's goals are different, and everybody's going to progress at a different pace. So we celebrate the little victories and the big victories.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. And for fans who watch Dance Moms, are ready to dive into this new show, what do you think they're going to find similar or different in the way that they're going to see the studio operate? They're going to see the competitions.
Well, dance competition doesn't change a lot other than the dancing getting bigger and crazier and better each year. So that pretty much will be standard. We're rehearsing, we're trying to create amazing dances in just a couple of days. But I think, again, you'll see a difference in the way that I approach my teaching methods. But you will see plenty of mama drama, because that somehow never changes when you're dealing with children and any type of sport or activity. So, expect a lot of that. But I think, yeah, you're going to see some really amazing dancing and a lot of fun.
I'm excited to see all of it. Let's talk about the mom drama for a minute. What kind of mom dynamics do we have going on this
Oh
season?
my gosh. Well, we live in a very wealthy area. It's actually the richest county in the country. So a lot of these moms or these families, I think they feel like they're entitled, and that their children are then entitled to get the best role or to be given things that they don't necessarily want to or haven't worked for. So they just have to trust the process and go with the right pace, right? So they're amongst each other, there's a lot of my daughter's better, or you should worry about this, or it's the same thing. It's just it's cutthroat whenever you're dealing with mothers of children. It's hard. They're looking at all of this through rose-colored glasses, right?
Right. Well, what is your strategy for dealing with that? Do you just kind of say you figure it out on your own, or do you step in, or
Well, you know
what
what?
do
As
you
long
do?
as they're leaving it outside the door, I just let them deal with themselves. But if it comes into my room, then there are consequences to that. I don't like being interrupted, and I don't like being questioned. So, I have to deal with that as it comes. But I think the kids respect me enough, and if the parents would just let the kids do their thing, everybody would be just fine.
Isn't that so true?
Yeah.
Now, I'm kind of curious. You say like you have this bond of respect with the kids. You have this tough love that you impart. What are some of the tools that you use to create that dynamic within your studio? Because it seems like a very healthy one.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be supportive. Kids don't want to be demeaned. Yelling isn't really necessary.
Mhm.
I can look at a child and they're going to know exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So it's just more about positive reinforcement,
Mhm.
but also letting them know. I do let them know when I'm not happy. I tell my students all the time, if you're going to mess up big.
Mhm.
Mess
Yeah.
up going for it. Don't hold back. So there's nothing that I hate worse than just being lazy and not working for something. So, I'm okay. If you're going to mess up, make it the biggest mess up you've ever made in your life. So,
Yeah.
but I just have to lead. I just have to lead with love, and
Mhm.
I think that's going. I hope that's apparent.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, I can't wait to see more of that moving forward. Like you said, the dances are spectacular. I'm kind of curious what the challenges were this season when it came to getting this group of girls really ready for the competitions.
The biggest challenge by far is the time schedule.
Mhm.
We're used to having months to prepare for a dance competition, and we're doing it in 2 days. So that was very, very different, and there was a learning curve to it.
Mhm.
So we just had to prioritize things, and we did make it work.
Yeah, you made it work. I see that there were a couple like foibles here and there, especially when it came to injuries and that kind of thing. What can you tease for people what's to come there?
Well, I can't give away any spoilers, but
Yeah,
there's
right.
definitely, there were things along the way that did throw a wrench into some of our plans.
Yeah.
So you'll have to stay tuned.
See, you're a pro already. All right. Well, I am super excited. Is there anything else that you wanted to tell me about Dance Moms A New Era before we wrap up?
Oh my gosh, just watch these kids.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the world to see these beautiful little faces. And they're all so amazing and they deserve the world.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking with me. I really appreciate
Of
it.